Good morning, everyone. We give you thanks for the long life and prolific witness of Everett Parker. We give you thanks for his passionate and relentless pursuit of fairness and justice, inclusion that enables us to hear voices that otherwise would not be heard.
With us this morning to accept the McGannon Award on behalf of her organization. Please join me in welcoming Sarah Macharia.
On behalf of the World Association for Christian Communication and the Global Media Monitoring Project Network in more than 120 countries around the world, thank you. The GMMP is three things in one. It is a research project, it is an action network, and it is an activist movement. Thanks to the GMMP, we now know that out of every 4 people seen, heard, or read about in the mainstream news media globally, only 1 is a woman. Based on the trends, we forecast that it will take at least 3/4 of a century to reach parity.
I am honored to present Caden Mack with this year's Everett Parker Award.
With the rise of big social media companies whose business models rely heavily on our attention as the product that they sell to advertisers, the social web has honestly become a lot less social. As the world around us is reordered by money and technology that was not designed with the interests of community in mind, we find ourselves in a paradoxical isolation that both brings the world closer to us while keeping us neatly contained and alone. What does it mean to be rooted and in genuine relationship with others in a world like ours? I believe that another internet, therefore, is possible. I believe that we can have one that is built, designed, owned, and stewarded by the people who use it and who rely on it to bring them their world.
So I present to you the 2019 Parker Lecturer, Reverend Julian DeShaze.
I want to thank you for that introduction, for this invitation to lead us all in a short discussion. To the honorees, congratulations. This is hardly nothing. Shout out to GMMP and Caden. I hope they see you coming. And there's a proverb that comes from the Hopi people. Those who tell stories rule the world. The word we want to use as faith and communications folks is not past, but Sankofa. Sankofa reminds us that the past and the future are tied together, but destiny is not only a matter of will and strength and deciding you want to do it, but knowing where you and your people have been. What that creates in us because of the past, an identity that is formed through the past, which means that the story must be told, it must be told well, and it must be told rightly. Sankofa is our reminder that stories carry within them the power to make people and the power to remove them altogether. The power of life and death. Control the narrative of a people, and you will control those people. What is our job? To be keepers of the story, to tell them right, and to tell them well, and to name that stories make people, to tell stories that remake the world, to empower people to tell their own story and not pretend that we have to do it for them. To know that people have within them, no matter how disinherited, the power to tell their story rightly and to tell it well. And we must empower them to do this. What is at stake? Life and death. You might think you're a blogger, a freelancer, a poster, a tweeter, a photographer, a publisher, a program director, a producer, a bureaucrat, a lawyer, a host, an intern. But never forget this: you are a storyteller. Those who tell stories rule the world.